Hey guys, welcome to Powerline. I'm your host Sky Knight, and today I have another deck profile for you. This one, I know you see the mat. He's pretty gorgeous, isn't he? Husbando's other way. No, it's not Husbando's. Today we are talking OTT, and specifically a branch out of them that I've been meaning to build for a while. I played with the build for a little bit a couple years back, and it's the Magus build. My deck isn't 100% done. It's still I'm still working on all the kinks in it. There's a lot of different variations you can do with it, but I think this is the one that I've you know I've been the most comfortable with. So without further ado, we'll start starter then top from bottom. So the starter today is Semi-Lunar Magus, and she has an awesome ability. When she boosts a unit, you can name the top card of your library and reveal it. If it is a name card, you put it into the soul, and you draw two cards. Now, there's an upside and a downside to this. If it's boosting a unit, and you call it, and it goes into the soul, that unit is no longer being boosted. So it goes down in power. So you trade the power for the cards. So it's a choice you are willing to make, whether you know the card's actually going to hit or not. So now starting from the top, I'm running 9 grade 3s. So first, I'm running Floral Magus. I do enjoy Floral Magus a lot. Her ability, she's the Limit Break Vanguard. Limit Break 4, Counterblast 1. Declare a card name, reveal the top card of your library. If the reveal card is the card you declared, you put it into your hand and you get 5,000 power. And during your turn, if your number of cards in your hand is 4 or more, you get an extra 2k. So she's just pretty at 13 during your turn, which is great. I really do like her for a Counterblast 1. You pretty much can draw a card and gain her 5,000 power. So very good in a pinch if you need to start drawing cards and coming off with your cards. The next I run Pentagonal Magus, and if you guys remember her, she was the one out of the two grade 3s with Hexagonal Magus, and she reads as follows. Limit Break as well. When it attacks a Vanguard, declare an Oracle Think Tank card. Card. Reveal the top card of your library. If you reveal the declare card, it gets plus 5,000 to crit to the end turn. You can counterblast 2 Magus, and this card gets 5,000 power, and it has Lord. So it was great because when it attacks, and you already broke with Hexagonal Magus, you already know what the top card is, so it was pretty much guaranteed you were getting that 5k in crit. And on top of that, those top card is probably a crit. So you were pretty much going on your opponent. And lastly, I run Ring Magus. When it attacks on van or rear, counterblast 1 to declare the card name. If you get it right, you draw that card, and it gains 3,000 power. So you're wondering now, why 9 grade 3s? Well, partly because I actually didn't order enough Maguses for my grade 2 slot. So I'm actually down 1, so I'm running 10 instead of 11. However, I really like Ring Magus more since it works on Vanguard and Rearguard, but I didn't know which of these to cut. And so I decided to throw her in as a one of. I like the idea of just being able to acquire more cards, which these both only work on Vanguard, while she works on Vanguard and Rearguard. But they're 11k. So I'm not really upset about running Ring Magus. You'll see further on one of my choices of cards that'll help this out. I am running a Limit Break Remover, but at a very specific number, so hopefully I can get it. I was very confused about how I wanted to do this, because their abilities are really good, and with a Limit Break Remover, going first isn't so much of a problem. Because everyone still wants to strike first to be more optimal. But if I can, with Flora Magus, if I can get the right setup, I can expend on my Counterblast and draw like 3 or 4 cards depending on how the game goes, or I can pressure my opponent with a crit off a Pentagonal Magus. So there's some benefits to running a Limit Break remover into the deck and going first, as opposed to just trying to play the grade 2 chicken game. Because we know that I hate playing the grade 2 chicken game. Here are my 2s as follow. I'm running 10. I'm running Stellar Magus at 4. The Prettiest Girl in the World at 2. And Rhombus Magus at 4. This is pretty much my grade 2 lineup. If I had an extra Brillouette, I'd probably run it, but I think Brillouette's only good at 2 because you're pretty much using her for ability, which you Soulblast 1, draw a card, and you put her on top. So this pretty much enables you to know always what the top card of your library is. So it's actually really good. So most of the time you'll be calling Brillouette Magus. Stellar Magus on Vanguard rear, Counterblast 1. When it attacks a Vanguard, you can declare, and if you have an Oracle Think Tank Vanguard, you can pay the cost. If you do, name the top card of your library. If it is the declared name, you add it to your hand. If it's not the declared name, you can countercharge 1. So, win or lose, this card's amazing. Usually you have behind it Crescent Magus, so you can get the extra 3k. But win or lose, it's still a great card. It's probably one of the most expensive part of the build. And Rhombus Magus, when it attacks with a Vanguard with Magus in its name, you declare the card name. If you declare the card name right, this gets plus 5,000. So this is just your beat stick. It attacks with 14k. Because you should always know what the top card of your library is. For my grade 1s, this is where it gets kind of weird. I run 3 Stride Enablers because sometimes you need to get there. I run 4 Tetra Maguses because, alright, so with 4 Tetra Maguses, I should be running the OTT Unflipper, but it's kind of unneeded since Stellar Magus can unflip if I need to, and Cone Magus also unflips too if I guess the top card right. So I don't really need to worry about unflipping because I do have unflipping into the deck. I run 2 Limit Break removers because I want to be able to go first and punish my opponent because they're gonna probably want to try to play the grade 2 game, and they might as well just get punished by me drawing extra cards or pressuring them with crits. And lastly, 3 Circle Maguses because it'll help me always know what the top card of my library is, and it's a 7k beater because technically these are the ones that are really going to be behind Vanguards and not so much these. Trigger lineup, all I can say is I'm going in, and I'm going in as hard and dry as possible. For money. 12 crit. Going in, guys. I'm literally going in. 12 crit. With Paisley Magus as well. When it's placed on the rear guard, if you have Vanguard with Magus in the same, look at top card, you can put it on the top or the bottom. Those Zenji Magus, the OG heal trigger goes back inside the deck. Psychic Bird, throw it into the soul, draw a card, and Wiseman because Wiseman. So the deck really has its own ability to check the top 5 at all times. Not top 5, the top card of your library, which enables certain cards to go off, which is really helpful. I think that is one of the key things that OTT should do, is just be able to, I think should be its key ability, is always scrying, if you will, knowing the top card of your library and being able to put it on top or bottom. I think that's an excellent ability for them. I don't really like the Oracle too much, but that's a different story. G-Guards. 4 Godhawks. I have a 5th one. I just can't find. Not 5th one. I have a 5th G guard in the terms of Dismal, because sometimes you need to protect yourself. I'm running 4 Globe Maguses. If you don't know what Globe Magus does, at any point during your turn in which you are on this card and you have a Magus heart, you can check the top card of your library. I don't know if you guys know what that means, but as soon as it hits the Vanguard and I got a Magus heart, it means before I attack, after I attack, in the middle of my attack, at any point in my turn, I can check the top card of my library. It is pretty much a static thing. Even like before I even end my turn, after all my attacks are done, I can make I check the top card of my library. So I will always know what the top card of my library is, which is amazing. With all the different rearguard effects that I can start pulling out. I run one Blizzard because sometimes you just need to have that extra power. I've got 2 the Susanos strats because, again, sometimes you just need that power. And 4 Waka Hirume, the GR from one of the Fighters collection. This card's excellent, by the way. This card's absolutely excellent. And it makes me chuckle. You counterblast for Generation Break 2, counterblast 1, soul blast 1. You choose a card. You choose this card from the G zone, turn it face up. When it attacks, you pay the cost. You draw a card, then you choose a card from your hand and put on top of your library. You can do so many cheeky things with that card. It is hilarious. It is absolutely hilarious. You can fake them out thinking that you put triggers on top. You can put triggers on top to actually try to kill them because you know they're not going to guard it. There's so many different things you can do with this deck. It kind of can mess you up a little bit with the Mega stuff, but you just have to work your field environment correctly for this. I think this is probably one of the strongest cards that Oracle thing has, and when you pair it with like a card with Tom, it becomes even bonkers because now you can even Tom triggers and whatnot. So as I said, the last of my G Zone is Dismal. I don't have it out right now, but whatever. And then guys, that's the end of my Magus Stride deck. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave it in the comment section below. If there's any decks that you'd like us to do, please also leave that in the comment section below. And you guys have a great night. Bye!